Welcome, everyone. My name is Victor, a veteran. I'd like to express my gratitude to Meow's Cafe for inviting me to speak on a topic that is very close to my heart. There was a time in my life when I was penniless, had lost important family members, and was solely responsible for raising 4 kids. It's my hope that my story can offer you some strength, and thank you for being here with me today. In 2013, my brother, sister-in-law, sister, brother-in-law, and my brother-in-law's mother were killed in a tragic accident while traveling to the countryside. No one survived. The mother of my sister-in-law had already passed away, and her father suffered a cerebral hemorrhage that led to his passing before the accident was even processed. My parents took in my niece Faye and nephew James, children of my sister, and twin nieces April and Rose, children of my brother, and brought them back to our hometown. The man responsible for the accident had just been released from jail a year before. He was drunk driving. His parents went around and managed to pay less than $40,000 in settlement. Then, the sister of my brother-in-law's mother came to our house causing trouble, demanding $5,000 more. At that time, Faye was 11, James was 3, and the twin girls were 5. My parents were elderly and heartbroken, and they lacked the energy to look after 4 children. I was 26 then, and a year after being discharged from the military. I gave up on settling into the job I was assigned and returned home. I took over an abandoned orchard and added it to the few acres of family land. I was essentially cut off from the world, dedicating my life to raising the kids and tending to the 15 acres of fruit garden. Fortunately, Faye was sensible and helped look after her younger siblings during holidays. In early 2014, our small town began experimenting with revitalizing its agricultural policies. I applied for land that measured over 90 acres. Many people in the town had gone out to work, leaving plenty of fruit gardens abandoned. I found their contact information one by one and took over their land on credit. Soon, I had a total of 110 acres. I spent more than $30,000 entertaining bureaucrats and giving bribes to apply for funds. However, the funds were under supervision, and every expense had to go through ruthless auditing. At that point, I mainly focused on the open-air cherry field, which covered about 70 acres. If there were no incidents, they were expected to bear fruit in 2016. In 2015, maggots broke out, and all the open-air cherries in the area were affected. In previous years, the purchase price for cherries was above $3 per kilogram, but that year, all the cherries were sold to beverage plants and wineries at just a few cents. After my siblings passed away, I didn't shed a tear, not because my feelings for them were shallow. On the contrary, we were very close. I didn't dare cry because I feared that if I broke down, my parents wouldn't be able to bear it. Then the children would truly have no one. That year, during the daytime, truckloads of cherries were hauled away by drink factories and wineries. At night, I wept loudly, staring at dozens of acres of semi-grown cherries on my farm. In the fall of 2015, I tried applying for a change of project and was refused. Every day, I camped in the village revitalization office. Wherever the leaders went, I followed, with a smile and flattering words. I wished I could clean the road ahead for them. After 2 months of persistence, I finally got a promise for a project in 2016. Although the village revitalization office is now disbanded, I'm still incredibly thankful to those officials. In 2016, I applied for and built 4 blueberry greenhouses. The work in the greenhouses wasn't tiring, but there was always too much to do. I wished I could work under the lamp in the greenhouse all day long. Fortunately, several of my army buddies in the city found out through a group chat. They came to help during weekends and even brought their families along. I let each of the 4 kids pick one of my buddies as their godfather. That year was the toughest one for me, and it was also the year I had the most considerate niece. Faye was facing a problem. She was too considerate. She was being bullied at school, but didn't tell us because she didn't want us to worry. But she couldn't handle it herself. She secretly ran to her parents' grave to lament. I went to talk to the teachers and the parents of the children who were bullying my niece. One of them was a local ruffian, a typical scoundrel, who said my niece deserved to be hit. When I objected, he threatened to hit me too. I lost my temper in the teacher's office. As everyone watched in a daze, I beat that man until he hid in the corner of the office by the desk, using a chair to shield himself and screaming in a shrill voice, "What are you doing? What are you going to do?" The school called the police. I stayed at the station for more than a day. Luckily, A policeman, there was a good friend of my comrade, who happened to be the brother of the town mayor. I was released the next day at noon and paid a small fine. The good news is that after that incident, no one ever dared to bully my niece again. In 2017, the income from our greenhouse finally improved, allowing the kids to live a bit better. We no longer had to buy them cheap clothes online or eat discounted food from the town supermarket all the time. That same year, I applied for project funding again and built 5 more greenhouses. We uprooted the cherry trees to develop open-air blueberries. In 2018, the blueberries in the first 4 greenhouses reached their fruitful period. The latter 5 greenhouses and the open-air ones also started generating income. Finally, we had some leisure money to take the kids out for meals and fun. That same year, my farm, as a local model, was reported to the Provincial Agricultural Department. After inspections and evaluations, my farm became a Provincial Agricultural Research Pilot Unit. We received funding for expansion, established a team of agricultural college graduates, had expert follow-ups at any time, and the farm was transformed into an agritech company. Although I lost decision-making power over the farm, the income increased. I no longer had to work so hard and had time to accompany the children. In 2019, I was selected as an excellent young agricultural talent in the province, and the scale of the farm expanded to 770 acres. In 2020, my niece was admitted to university. During her summer vacation, the whole family went out for half a month. When we returned, I felt like I finally let out the pent-up breath I'd been suppressing. I went to my brother, sister-in-law, sister, and brother-in-law's grave and had a good cry. This was the first time I cried in front of the graves. Those who loved me since childhood, my siblings died, and it cost me half of my life. Previously, I didn't dare cry in front of them. I was afraid that if I did, I would become the child who never grew up, the one who failed to support this family.